Hi there guys, welcome to this training video on how to make 10K per month with email marketing using solo ads part 4. In this entire training series, I mentioned several times, this is going to be one of the longest training series that I've ever conducted on YouTube. So I'm trying to make it as thorough as possible, be it whether you're a beginner or whether you are intermediate or even advanced marketer. I hope you can get some value out of this entire training series. So in today's video, let's go deep into how exactly to design a converting squeeze page when it comes to solo ads traffic. Now before that, please remember, when it comes to solo ads traffic, it is not like a typical landing page that you will see when you come across ads on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, so on and so forth. Those kind of landing pages are really meant for paid ads traffic. But when it comes to solo ads traffic, try to make it as simple, as straightforward as possible. So let's use back the same student's account over here from Sarav. Thank you very much. Now the very first part is to move into this particular icon here on the left called landing pages. Then from here, click on create new landing page. Now the one that we are going to do is to create it from scratch so that I can share with you guys how to use all the different elements when it comes to building up your squeeze page. So on the top right under search bar, type in the word blank. So from here, click on start building. The page name, I will put it as YouTube test. All right, continue. Now Leadpages is going to bring us into the main interface whereby we're going to design the squeeze page. So the interface is going to look something like this. You have to get familiarized with this whole interface well. On the left, you have things like the layout, sections, widgets, style, settings, and writing assistant. So in terms of layout, this is where you can decide whether you want to add a new section, add a new row, or whatsoever. If you want to add a new row, you have to go under the hero settings or whatever section settings it is, and then from here you can add on new rows, new elements, new columns, so on and so forth. All right. Now under the widgets, this is where you can add in things like the text, image and text, image, videos, buttons, form, line, and space. For the style, this is where you are going to design things like the button style, the font style, background, the favicon of this particular web page, which is a squeeze page, the CSS script, so on and so forth. Settings, this is also very important. You can put in things like the SEO description, certain social URL that you have, certain analytics, which we're going to use it definitely when we try to integrate this particular squeeze page with our third-party tracking tool, and as well as the language. All right. So for writing assistant, usually I don't really do it at all because it's more like an AI writing, which we don't really need it when it comes to designing squeeze page for our solo ads. So very first thing, move over to widgets. Under the text column, click and drag until you see something like a blue rectangle that appears. Then release your mouse. So from here, you can type in things like your automated cash machine is ready for activation. All right. So this is how we're going to do it. Highlight the whole thing, bold it, centralize the whole column. Then adjust the font size to something like maybe 8 or maybe 12. Let's see. 12. Okay. Now, when it comes to Leadpages, there's no need to mobile optimize the page at all. Right? After we publish it, I'm going to show you why that's the case. So this will be the title. Now let's say you want to highlight these 3 words, automated cash machine, in red. Okay, to make it stand out. Highlight the whole portion. Under the font, click on that. Under recent colors, click on add and choose red. Click outside. Done. The way to maneuver Leadpages is very simple. All right, just don't be afraid to play around with Leadpages. Now comes the very important part, which is the form. The form is something like this. Click and drag and drop it below your title. Of course, you don't drop it over here. Now, in case you accidentally drop it over here, so what you need to do is just to hover your mouse until you see this blue rectangle box that appears, then click on the delete button. All right, so there's no need to panic at all. All right, so on the form, drag it and drop it below your title. Now, this is what the form means. The form automatically will come up with things like the email address, and it'll come up with a button. By default, the color is purple, and the default word will be sign up. If you want to change the word inside here, just click one time until you see the cursor appear. All right, ignore this whole portion over here, ignore this thing also. Right, again, click one time, delete it, and you can put on there, click here to access. Done. All right, simple. Now let's say you want to change the font color. So click somewhere over here again. Under My Buttons, click on Edit Style. So on the left, they have this thing called a button color. Click on that, go to Recent Colors again, and let's say you want to choose this color to be light blue. All right, light blue, something like this. Okay, then remember to hit the Save. Then from there, cross it and exit. So now it becomes light blue. Very easy to maneuver lead pages, which is why I say you don't need a very highly priced funnel building software out there in order to create a squeeze page or even a bridge page for your solo ads traffic when it comes to email marketing business. So now nowadays, the recent statistics that I realized is if you just put in an email address, the conversion rate will not be as good as if you put in another field as well. This is something which is very ironical, because in the past, whenever I just put in email address without the other field, which is their first name, my conversion rate will be better. So generally, I try not to put in the first name because I want to get more leads. However, coming 1st of February 2024, with all the new regulations by Google and Yahoo, you might want to include the second field, which is your first name over here. All right, click on that, click on Done, then push the arrow up so that the first name appears on top of the email address. Okay, now if you are worried that this will affect your conversion, now I said based on my recent statistics, even together with my students, we realized that the one with the first name is actually converting even better than the one without first name. All right, so this is how the whole squeeze page will look like, as simple as that. Then from there, you can always insert another widget, insert another text below, and you can type in, like for example, star, and put on a bonus will be sent to the email address indicated above. All right, highlight the whole thing, and you might want to reduce the font size to maybe 3, make it smaller. If it's too small, just rotate it at 5, italics it, centralize it. Done. This is how a squeeze page will look like for a typical converting solo ads traffic usage. All right, now if you are thinking that why is the squeeze page so easy, because the ones that I use to decorate, like for example, I use different colors, different images, but my conversion rate when I buy solo ads traffic is only like 20%, 30%. Because that's what I mentioned to you guys. When it comes to solo ads traffic, you don't need a complicated squeeze page. Something as simple as this converts the best. Next thing we do, publish it. Hit on publish. All right. Now, after you publish it, means this page is ready for use. Now, again, there are some students who are very worried, Ben, should I publish it first? Because I'm worried that once this page goes up to the internet, what if people start opting in, but I have not done all the integrations with my email autoresponder yet, with my third-party tracking tool yet? Guys, don't worry. All right, because you have too many squeeze pages, too many websites out there on the internet, and no one is going to take notice of this page unless you start running traffic to it. That is also the reason why traffic is so important. So let's check it out. This is the URL of that page. Now this is how this whole squeeze page will look like. This is provided if you're looking at this page from a desktop mode or even a laptop mode. What if somebody is using mobile? Now over here, that's why I say there's no need to mobile optimize it, because if you click on preview, so what Leadpages is going to show you is, this is the laptop mode, which is what I showed you guys just now. This is the tablet mode, and this is the mobile mode. So by default, Leadpages will mobile optimize it for you automatically. Right? There's no need for you to learn even how to mobile optimize it whenever you are using Leadpages. And that is the power, and that is the wonder of using this software. Okay? So this page, use it well, you will be able to get at least an opt-in rate of 40%, at least. All right? Sometimes if you get from the right solo ads traffic, you might even get 50%. That kind of conversion rate, or rather opt-in rate, I would say. If you guys see how exactly I designed the whole squeeze page, it looks very simple, and it is very simple. There's no need to overcomplicate it. The designing part is just like that. But of course, there are other things that we need to do, like for example, how to integrate a squeeze page to email autoresponder, how to integrate a squeeze page with a third-party tracking software, which is Optin Dojo, so that you can start collecting all the correct data. Use Optin Dojo as a central command system, because if you want to use Optin Dojo to track all the relevant sales data, without your bias simile, so and so forth. All the list that goes into your squeeze page needs to be pixelated with the pixel provided by Optin Dojo. All right. Now, all these things might sound complicated to you at this point in time, but don't worry, let's move it step by step. So in the next video, I'm going to show you guys the second design of a particular converting squeeze page that you might want to consider using and do some form of split testing. See you then in the next video. Take care.